Hello, and welcome to the Geek on My Sleeve channel. Today, we're talking about Ruthless, Book 5 in the Completionist Chronicles by Dakota Krout, narrated by Luke Daniels. Now, the title is very accurate, but I think the kids nowadays are saying savage. Most of the people are pretty savage.
They got to keep with the R theme though.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out when the penny drops for the causal connection.
For me, this book is definitely like one of my favorite of this series. Um, it's funny, like we just came out of the Dune series where up until book three, like book one was definitely still one of my favorites. Here with Ruthless, it's probably one of my top books for this series so far. And just for so many different reasons. First one being we get so much more lore and so much more of the multiverse connections in this book. Um, Another aspect of it, like something that correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it seems like we keep bringing it up where we wish we got more guild action and like guild fights earlier on in the series. And in this one, we finally get that, right?
Yeah, we end up seeing more of the guild, but I feel it's still similar where Joe carries them. My biggest excite about it was, like you were saying, the connection to the multiverse type deal. If you've read the Divine Dungeon series, ooh, yeah, yeah, it's you get to see some of the prior cast in their glory. Still just a snippet, but yeah, Easter eggs. One of the things I love about Dakota Krout.
That and the puns. So yeah, more lore, more guild action, more town building, more epicness. Like, you know, we do our best not to do spoilers in these spoiler-free book reviews, but like at the beginning of the book, the next area is unlocked, right?
Yes, you are correct. The area is actually officially unlocked. And the two, they know there's more. Beginning of 5, it's like, here it is, go and grab it.
We also get to see a lot more of Jess in this book, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's another exciting thing where she has a very unique class, and just the classes themselves feel so organic. Where for Joe, it's kind of like a tribute to what he didn't really describe or finish in the Divine Dungeon series. But for Jess, it feels a lot more like, ooh, that would be cool and natural and new and organic.
Yeah, and as a gamer, that's a lot of fun in this series, just kind of like the potential. I mean, how often have you played a game and just wish you could craft your own kind of like viable class, right? It's not just warrior, archer, mage, etc., etc. It's the ability to kind of follow your own class progression and build it how you will, right? And you get to see that through some of these different um, characters because, like, as they progress and as they further, follow the path of their class, they specialize in their own ways.
I feel like our whole main group is that way because literally everybody is going along their own path. At the very beginning, our book one, it's kind of locked in where the anyway, so the only path options they can find are what is given to them. Then they overthrow the Archmage and they get more class options that way. Then they get the Noble Guild quest and they get more options that way. Meanwhile, our main cast is going on their own path. As we know, Jackson with his T Rex head hands. And anyway, so yeah, all of our people are doing their own things, and it's amazing.
This book is just so much fun. We get to spend a lot more time with our favorite characters, more time with the guild. There's even some guild politics in there. Get to see a lot of um, characters and factions that Joe managed to um, upset, if you will.
That's really the premise of the book. As we know, everybody who's living here is living here permanently. Earth is soon no longer going to be viable. That's the word I was looking for. Viable. So everybody's ending up in an Eternium. Yeah, Joe's ticked off a lot of people.
And we get to see the repercussions of that and all the fun there. Um, so much has happened in this series up until this book. It's technically the fourth because of the side quest, but it's the fifth in the series. And don't quote me on this, but supposedly on Reddit he claimed this is going to be approximately a 15 book series. And oh my goodness, just like the potential from this after the first 5 books makes me really excited that Dakota Krout is constantly releasing new books in the various different series that he publishes. Whole lot of fun. If you are watching this without checking out the rest of the series, it's definitely worth investing in. Um, we've said it before, Completionist Chronicles, you can read it on its own. If you want to go in order, recommend doing publication order and starting with the Divine Dungeon. You'll catch a whole lot more Easter eggs in this. We also have a spoiler-free book review of Something Murder Hobo by Dakota Krout, which we'll make sure to link up in the cards above. And yeah, like it's just an all-around great lit RPG series and a lot of fun.
So I would say up until this point, it could be valid as a standalone, but with, I've said it before, where we ended up at the end of the Divine Dungeon series, you got to think of the power levels. Like, we've not made it that far, but in theory, soon we may have a couple viable candidates. So you might have to go back just to understand the power level difference.
I agree with you there. You definitely get a lot more from the series if you've read the Divine Dungeon. Um, I'm tempted to go back and listen to it again after just finishing Ruthless, just to see if there's any references we missed in the Divine Dungeon. We're going to keep on keeping on with the series. Really enjoying geeking out over it. Um, this one should be coming up next month. Uh, currently doing them on Sunday nights.
Hope to geek out with you soon.